Have you ever wondered about the intricate social layers that existed in the American South before the Civil War? It was a society built on hierarchies, but not just of wealth or family name. In the Antebellum South, slaveholding was the foundational determinant of an individual's social status, directly dictating their economic power, political influence, and overall prestige within the community. The ownership of enslaved people was for more than just a labor system. It represented immense capital. Enslaved individuals were a primary form of wealth, often more valuable than land itself, and a visible sign of prosperity. The number of enslaved people a family owned directly correlated to their economic leverage and their ability to produce cash crops like cotton and tobacco. This economic dominance translated directly into political power. Slaveholders held the vast majority of legislative seats, controlled local institutions, and shaped laws to protect their institution. Socially, the planter class, those who owned 20 or more enslaved people, stood at the very apex. Even those who owned fewer slaves gained a distinct advantage over non-slaveholders, enjoying a higher social standing and greater access to opportunities simply by participating in the system. This system also reinforced a strict racial hierarchy, placing all white individuals, regardless of wealth, above all enslaved and free black people. To fully grasp Southern social structures, it is essential to recognize that slave ownership was the ultimate marker. When studying historical records or narratives, consider the number of enslaved people mentioned in conjunction with a family's name or property. This metric instantly reveals their position on the social ladder, influencing everything from their marriage prospects and neighborhood standing to their children's educational opportunities and political influence. It explains why a small farmer might aspire to own even one or two enslaved individuals, as it immediately elevated their social standing and access to credit. This system created distinct social strata, notably the elite planter class, who often owned hundreds of enslaved individuals and controlled vast tracts of land. Below them were smaller slaveholders, then yeoman farmers who owned their land but no slaves, and finally landless whites. Even these yeoman farmers and landless whites, despite their economic struggles, still benefited from the racial caste system, feeling superior to the enslaved population. This concept of slave capital meant that human beings were literally viewed as assets to be bought, sold, and mortgaged, solidifying their central role in the Southern economy and social order. Ultimately, slaveholding was not merely an economic enterprise in the Old South. It was the bedrock upon which the entire social and political identity of the region was constructed. Understanding this direct link between owning enslaved people and social status clarifies the deep motivations and structures that defined antebellum Southern society, explaining many of the tensions that ultimately led to the Civil War.